Alright, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to talk to you about where the smart money is moving in next 3 years. Now one thing which I want to make clear in the starting of this video, that is I am currently making videos during the power cuts and the day, and when I'm making these videos there are almost everyone awake in this world, in the part of the world where I'm living, and there can be a lot of background noises which you can hear inside this video, so please ignore them. Now talking about where the smart money is moving in next 3 years. Now first thing which you have to understand, two things. All right, first thing is financial literacy, then you need to understand how the world economics works. Now in financial literacy, the first part, it doesn't matter if you understand what are assets or liabilities, how your credit card works, how your credit card interest keeps you out of the money, or how your credit card interest charges you more than they should have, and how you are losing more money, how you can go from cash flow in the cash flow quadrant from employee to self-employed to businessman to investor. Now these are the things which you read in Rich Dad Poor Dad kind of books, and these are the things which are inside the personal finance topic. All right, these kind of books teach you how you can manage your finances personally. Now this is just the tip of the iceberg. What I mean by financial literacy is you should know how you can read your ITR, your returns, how you can read your accounts, how you can know how the economy is working around you, how the world is working around you. Now that is why I said you need to understand two things. First thing is financial literacy. Your financial literacy should be higher than that average man. And second thing is you should know how the world economics is working for you or against you. All right. So for these two things you have to read a lot of books, right? You have to read a lot of books. There's just no choice in that. I think I have posted that video on money, right? So you should watch that money video where I've talked about two books of Ray Dalio, Principles and Changing World Order. I highly recommend these books to every single one who has some interest in finance, because when you read those books you get to know how the financial world is really working, right? And when you know how the financial world is really working, you can avoid the noise, the news you are hearing, the feeds you are getting, the reels you are getting. These are just noises. All right, you should know how to read a chart. You should know how one economy or one country, if making a new rule, if changing a new rule or old rule, then how is that rule impacting to the other world. All right, now let's take example of Trump. Just yesterday when I was sleeping last night, Trump made an announcement where he said he's not going to put tariffs on European Union, right, EU, and because he is ready to take the Greenland, he has made the framework, and he will not be imposing tariffs on European Union in EU. And when he made this news, I don't know if he gave an interview or he posted it on social media or whatever, on Twitter or Truth handle, or I keep forgetting his handle name. So I don't know how that thing works, but when he posted this news, gold immediately dumped from $4,850, from $4,850 to $4,770 around total. So it dumped around, let's say for example, it dumped around $100 within 10 to 15 minutes. And every single market which was alive, which was working, or which was trading at that moment, every market pumped in anticipation of that news, that Trump is not going to impose European Union on tariffs, like he's not going to impose tariffs on European Union. And gold dumped, stock markets pumped. But here's the second part. After his news, after he released this news, within 10 minutes or 15 minutes, European Union again posted a news, or released a press, and he said, European Union said that they are not going to trade with the US anymore, and they ended the US trade officially. Right now they are saying, you put on any tariffs you want, we are not going to trade with you. Now after this news, the gold price again pumped in next 15-20 minutes, right? First gold did a U-turn, it dipped, and then it did a U-turn back to, and the gold stopped around $4,824 around. So gold around 65 to 66% it retraced back the amount of dip which was created. What this means to you guys? To normal person it looks like, alright, gold dipped and retail people again bought the gold, but that is not true. It was institutional investors. And what this shows is world is again in, you can say, dark. They are again speculating how the world is going to work. And you guys can see, after the Trump has been president, there was a very good reel, very good shot a person made. I don't remember the name of that person, but he made a video where he was saying tariffs, no tariffs, tariffs, no tariffs. It was hilarious. He mimicked the Trump, and when he was going on in the last year about tariffs, alright, I'm imposing tariffs on this country, I'm imposing tariffs on this country, I'm imposing tariffs on this country, and then after 1 or 2 days or after 1 or 2 weeks he was saying, alright, tariffs are off, tariffs are off. So he made a video on that, and due to this nature of Trump of imposing tariffs and not imposing tariffs on other countries, that is the nature why gold and silver and other metals rocketed. Now I'm going to give you a golden nugget. This is the golden advice which I'm going to give you for retailer. I don't care if you are a retailer, if you are an institutional investor, if you are a market maker. I don't care about that. But this is a golden nugget. Maybe you know about it, maybe you don't know about it. First you have to understand when the gold or silver or other metals increases in price. When? Do you know when? Gold and silver are the hedge. Gold and silver are the safe havens. Now what is safe haven? Safe haven means if investors, institutional investors or the bigger investors like Warren Buffett or Berkshire Hathaway or those kind of investors which have billions of dollars or multi-million, centimillion dollars, and they keep investing in the markets, when they are uncertain about the markets, about the directions of the market, about the finances of one country or other country, and specifically US, that is the time when gold starts pumping. And from last year you can see gold has started, from last 2 years, from the moment Trump has been president or before the moment, and when the Trump have started this game of tariffs and no tariffs, tariffs and no tariffs, from that moment gold has pumped a lot. Alright, it has pumped a lot, and now currently gold is around $4,824 as I've said before, and that price dip which was created and then it bought back up, it was bought back up by investors or institutional investors. That was the reason about speculation, that investors, the big money, they do not know about the direction of finance of US or other countries. Now they are again in dark because they don't trust Trump, right? They say, alright, I do not trust Trump, he may impose tariffs on other country, he may impose tariffs again on Europe, so we don't need it, so we are going to buy gold. They are selling US treasuries, they are selling other countries yens, other countries currencies, but they are buying gold, they are buying silver. So this is the reason why gold and silver prices pump. Alright, when the investors are in disbelief, when the investors are in speculation mode, or when the investors are not sure about anything, that is the time when stock markets dump. And if you see the structure of SPX 500, you would know that SPX is making double top, kind of double top, and it is going to be a blow off top. Right, and when SPX starts to fall down, and according to me, all the stock markets, all the financial markets of the world are going to go down in next 3 or 4 years, that is the time when gold and silver are going to pump. So the topic of the video, where the smart money is moving, I'm going to talk about that after this self-promotion. Now this is the time for self-promotion. This is my favorite time because it gives me money. So who I am. My name is Shubham Sharma. I am a business consultant. I've helped a lot of people, a lot of business people who have their businesses, businessmen, businesswomen, and I have helped people who were retail investors or kind of investors, and I have helped those people in making money, and on top of that, a lot of money. If a person came with $100,000, I made him millions of dollars, and I've never said this part in any of my videos previously, and I am not going to repeat it again. All right, I have helped people in making a lot of money. I am a business consultant. I have been in this business from last 10 years. I have been a digital marketer. I have been a portfolio manager kind of, but I have obviously not gone through the laws of portfolio management, and I have lost money in giving advices because people never paid me, because I was not charging people at front or front hand, or you can say beforehand, before giving them advice. So it was a naivety for me, and I was like, all right, people can know that if I can make them money, they are going to give me money, right? If I can make them money now, I can make them money later. But that didn't happen, so I stopped that. So I'm a business consultant. If you have anything, if you have any question, or if you are interested in investing, if you do want my advice, you can contact me. The links are given in the description. You can contact me on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Telegram. The links are given in the description. Now, I'm not a financial advisor in my country or any other country, so please keep that in mind. All the advices which I'm going to give you are not financial advices. All the advices which I'm going to give you, you should run that advice by your financial planner, by your certified financial planner, your CFP, or I don't know what is the other name. I forgot about that, but CFP, I guess. So you have to run that advice by your CFP, so that he can acknowledge that if he wants to change some things in that advice. But if I'm going to give you an advice, and if you act on it, you are going to make money. All right. So this is definitely for the people who have the money, who do not know about where they can invest. And there are different tiers. It is not like one advice fit to all, or you can say it is not like a one advice fit all. The devices differ, and they differ greatly. So how this is going to work is, you contact me, I'm going to ask you about yourself, I'm going to ask you about your business, what is your net worth, how your business is doing, and according to your net worth, according to your business performance, I'm going to give you advices. All right, so my advices are not going to be like 2 hours or 3 hours, or going to be a different video calls. My advices are going to be personalized for you. All right, so it can be done within 5 minutes, it can be done within 30 minutes, or it can take even 2 hours, but that is totally different. So if you have some money, let's say if you are a multi-millionaire, you can take all my tiers of advices, and you can see the difference between my advices. My advices will radically differ. They will radically differ on each tier, and there is a top value, that this is the top advice and a top tier of my consultancy, and in that top tier I'm going to give you 6 or 7 advices. So this was my self promotion time, and which is done. So I've given my self promotion here. So after the self promotion, now coming back to the video, now where is smart money moving in next 3 or 4 years? Now this is the advice which nobody is going to talk to you about. Now when investors are unsure about the momentum, about the financial direction of the countries, right? And I'm again going to tell you this. If you haven't seen my shorts on crypto markets, I have posted 2 shorts. I haven't posted third part of that short, and this video is covering that third part in very great detail, right? So please watch those 2 shorts. Why I'm saying in next 3 or 4 years, these next 3 or 4 years are going to be very important for almost every single one. Because if you are somewhat smart, if you are somewhat informed, and if you take action, I believe you can make a life-changing money in next 3 or 4 years. The wealth is changing hands faster in next 3 or 4 years. So this is why I'm making this video for you. Right, so you should understand this. Now where the smart money is moving, first, as I've already told you, gold and silver. So now I know technically gold is quite far stretched, silver is far stretched, they can come down, but if I talk about generally, if I talk about it, then generally they are going to keep rising for next 3 or 4 years. So this is the golden advice which I'm going to give you. It is free. You should invest gold and silver, you should invest in it for next 3 or 4 years. Now second advice which I'm going to give you, and I'm pretty much sure nobody knows about this. Means the people at the top may know about it, but nobody in retail know about it. Whenever world sees a recession, there are three currencies which rises, right? There are three currencies. The first currency to rise is yen. Whenever world sees a recession, whenever there are some chances, all right, this is going to be bad in next 1 or 2 years, the situation is going to be bad, yen rises. And you can check the chart of yen from last 6 months or maybe 1 year. Yen is constantly rising. So that is why yen is the first currency to rise. Second currency would be Swiss. So when the economy is going sideways, or when the economy is going to be in a recession, then Swiss franc, I guess. So it was a Swiss franc which rises in the value. And then there's US dollar. If everything is going to be in stabilizing mode, or let's say world have dumped, financial markets have dumped, and they are going to rise again, they are on the rise, now that is the time when US dollar will come, right? Because everybody needs stability, and US is currently dominating, or the world's superpower. So these are the things where smart money is moving for next 3 or 4 years. Now there are many ways where you can make money. For that you need to contact me and take my consultancy take my consultations. So this is it for today. I believe I've given you enough data. I believe I've given you financial literacy books. I've talked about Ray Dalio's principles and changing world order. If you haven't read them, you should read them. They are going to open your mind radically. And believe me when I say this, I have read a lot of books on finances. I've read a lot of books, and these books tell you about finances in the simplest way and interesting way than any other book. So keep, or you can say do give a read to these books, right? So this is it for today, and I hope I was able to make you understand some things, make you understand some decisions which you were maybe uncertain of. Maybe I've helped you in making some money for next 3 or 4 years. I've given you direction, I've given you things. And if you haven't watched my shorts, do give a watch to my shorts, the 2 parts. These 2 parts are going to be very important, because I haven't talked about those shorts in this video deliberately. Why? Because I want the views to go up. And second thing, those shorts are the part of this video, right? So if you watch this video, do give them a watch, these 2-part shorts of the next 3 or 4 forecast of the markets. So this is it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.